This is an announcement for Wargames and Wargamers, an open, free video chat for all things related to wargames and wargaming. Next session will be the 6th of February, next Saturday, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You do not need anything but this link, https:// the word appear.in/bigboard as one word, BIGBOARD. So that's next Saturday, the 6th of February, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Last session was yesterday, the 30th of January. Talked about series and system games. And there's some interesting parallel remarks made by a good number of people over on Board Game Geek. All very interesting. First of all, I guess for my part, definitely seems to be some at least slightly different use of the terms system and series. So a system, to me, not relating just to war games, a system is a set of connected things that together make up a larger and generally more complex whole. So in that sense, I think of ASL, Advanced Squad Leader, as a system, the ASL system, and not a series. Now, I'm not into full ASL yet. I've only waded around in the kiddie pool called ASL-SK, but it still seems to me that ASL would be a system. A series, on the other hand, again, not just talking war games, but more broadly, a series I think of as a number of things that are similar in kind and or similar in nature that generally come one after the other. So, I mean, you could talk, I guess, about block games being a series, but I don't think that block games share enough with that idea of similarity in kind and or nature to be called a series. They share a core mechanic, yes, but anyways, looking at Velikia Luki here, little Stalingrad of the North. I just find it interesting, just pulled it randomly off the shelf, and Velikia Luki introduces version 2.0 of the popular Turning the Tables, or T3, operational warfare system. So while I might have thought when I first got this that Velikia Luki was a one-off game, okay, so I learned that it's part of a system. So what makes T3 a system? I guess from the definitions I just laid out, I would have called this more a series. So I think that producers and players and designers even are using these terms in not exactly the same way. But one of the reasons why I brought up the topic in the first place was really to talk about kind of what has happened to the one-off games. This is the cover from Marine 2002, 1979, Yaquinto Publications, subtitled A Game of the First Lunar War. So kind of what has happened to the one-off game design. Now, reading over in Board Game Geek, I'm reminded that we still have the quote-unquote independent designs. And I did think very interesting commentary about how maybe the series games, you know, the operational combat series, for example, maybe the series games sustain design of the independent titles. Yes. But in any case, it was more the larger question for me about what are the long-term implications of the strong hold that series and systems have on primarily, you know, design. There's no doubt that it helps the business side. It helps players. There are all sorts of pluses, but I think even over in the commentary over on Board Game Geek, there are some suggestions of some possible downsides. Now, I should also say that it's pretty clear. I mean, series and systems have been around almost as long as these tabletop hex and counter war games, so certainly not a new phenomenon. Next week, let's talk about. I want to borrow an idea from a thread discussion over on TMP, the miniatures page. The topic is what thing it instantly tells you, yeah, I don't want to play that game. Not interested in playing that game. What is I guess an instant turn off for you? For some, it might be block games, period. For some, it's like, yep, well, I won't play a war game with blocks. Instant turn off. No, thank you. For some, it's an odds-based CRT, maybe. A good example is buckets of dice systems. For some people, instant turn off. They may be interested in the topic. They may be interested in playing a game, but when they see something like buckets of dice, it's like instant turn off. So now I understand. I think for some gamers, it's going to be context specific. So I'm thinking maybe some gamers will say, well, buckets of dice is an instant turn off in these certain contexts, but it's okay in these other contexts. But yeah, what are your instant turn-offs? Something, whether it's a mechanic or something else, maybe a designer, maybe a map style, so on and so forth, that instantly tell you, yeah, no thanks, don't want to play it, or at least you have to summon a lot of personal courage to sit down with that game. Okay, so next Saturday, 6th of February, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. One more time, all you need is this link, https://appear.in/bigboard, one word, BIGBOARD. When you go to this link, you will go immediately into the discussion area. You do not need a launcher. You do not need password, user ID, or anything. All you need is that link. You'll go right into it, and you'll find some friendly discussion. And next week we'll talk about our hard and fast turn-offs for games.